Hello, Captains. It is me, TONIK TZW, and if you missed it last night, we did a live stream counting down from 19,990 all the way through to my 20,000th game. And the last five ships that we played were my top five ships, which were all destroyers, funnily enough. And top of the list with over 700 games played out of the 20,000 was the legendary Daring. And all I was hoping for was a win. It would have been a shame to go down on a defeat for the 20,000th game. We had a really brilliant game before this in the Fletcher. We had a 4-kill, 3,690 base XP game in the Fletcher. The last battleship ran as far and as fast as he could, so we couldn't get the Kraken because the clock was against us. But it was a very good game. This one is going to turn into an interesting one too. Because although we have a Des Moines behind us, he's going to hang back there floating around those two islands. We've got three destroyers. There's a Z-52, there's a Velos. I can't remember what the other one is, but there are also two members in division of a fleet called Yoink, which I'm not quite sure, but I think it's Durka Games. I think it's his fleet. I'll have to see if I can look them up sometime or get in touch with them on Facebook and ask them. But I've come across Yoink before. They're very, very good players. And so there is a question regarding the Minotaur on Yoink. And that question is it a smoke Minotaur or is it a radar Minotaur? Now, we know that there's something out here towards B-Cap, but you'll notice that I'm not located, so it's not running Twist and Track or Perceptive. Now, it could be the Z-52, because he perhaps doesn't need Twist and Track or Perceptive, because the moment he gets spotted, he just pops his smoke screen and pops his sonar and then guns down whatever is around. Could it be the Velos running a full torpedo reload build? And this is the thing with some of these destroyers. And I have said that Twist and Track and Perceptive on a destroyer commander quite literally are skills that you should always take, because it doesn't matter what your concealment is, it doesn't matter how fast your torpedoes reload or how long the range is. If somebody in another destroyer has got you located and is running you down, they are going to bump you, and a wall of skill is not going to save you every time. But Red Team's destroyer has pushed onto B-Cap. I'm looking to see where the Des Moines is behind me to make sure that I have got support, and I am going to push down. We get spotted, we get lit up on radar, and I don't know if these guys were communicating, but I find it highly unusual that the radar pops up at exactly the same time that I get detected. But I'm guessing that the Minotaur just wanted to keep me observed. Now, I've popped my smoke screen, but that's because I know how far away that Minotaur is, and I was right on the limit of his radar range. And that's allowed us to bait that Velos into firing his guns, which means that he's spotted, and before he disappears into his smoke, he is going to disappear back to port. And now that we know that the Minotaur has just burnt his radar, he is there, he's looking for me. I'm thinking, what do we do now? A lot of big ships there on the right flank. We've only had one ship, which is Friedrich de Grosser, go out on that flank. So it looks like Red Team's heavy metal has pushed all the way around the outside of the map. Now, that has left them weak on this side of the map, but it hasn't left them completely incapable on this side of the map. But Red Team have lost two destroyers. We have lost no ships so far. And I'm going to continue to call for fire on that Minotaur, because he should be getting absolutely slapped silly by every ship that is able to get a shot onto him. and we are going to push into this cap. Now we're going to try and keep a little bit of an island between ourselves and that Minotaur, just so that he can't get shots onto us, because I've taken down Minotaurs before with the daring, firing AP, but not wanting to go up against an organized division. But we're on the cap, we're spamming some HA out there, the Montana damage controls. He is going to disappear behind that island, I think, before we get a chance at another fire. But we are just going to keep spamming him, and we are going to take the cap. The Minotaur is still alive. Yes, frankly, ridiculous. There are so many ships that could just push him. Honestly, just swarm him, swamp him, and kill him. Simple as that. Now, here is the heavy metal push from Red Team, and I initially think about firing my guns at that Friedrich de Grosser, but I realized that he is not on the capture point. So there's something else that I don't see on the capture point. It's there. It's the Burgoyne. He's come round quicker. We've got this battleship behind us. So we can't reset the capture point, but what we can do, if that battleship is going to spot, is we can use the corner of this island for cover, and we can try to get a fire on him, because I had a little plan in mind. Now, I did go through a few different builds for the British destroyer commanders on the live stream before we played this match, because I did pick up the what's it called now? I can't remember what the current collaboration called, but I picked up the destroyer commander from that, and so I went through the Tyowit build, the Grotzmar Smart build, and the I can't really it's beating my mind now. I really can't remember. It's the fifth something. But I did pick up that commander and do a build on that, which I tried out on this. Yeah, it's all right, but it's not my preference. My preference is this one with Grotzmar's Smart, because running a legendary reload mod every 30,000 damage, we're further reducing that reload, and we're also getting an extra 5% damage for every kill. We might have to test it with a ranged build with a full legendary mod on it to go with the kills as well, but I don't expect that I'd be picking up too many kills if I was at range rather than close up and fighting with destroyers, because you are giving up concealment if you use that commander. But we've been spamming on the Burgoyne, we've hit him with torpedoes, we hit him with floods. The secondaries of this Ruprecht are going to start firing at us. I'm safe from torpedoes at the moment because that wreck would block the Ruprecht's torpedoes, and we are actually going to knock out his torpedo launchers as well. We're just going to keep wheeling on him. The Des Moines has decided that he's going to push in and get on the flank. He's obviously feeling a little bit braver now that the destroyers are out of the way. But the Shima takes him out of the game. And here we have the Yamato, who has chased the Friedrich de Grosser all the way to the back of the map, obviously staying bow in. I do say, don't be ashamed to load high explosive and start some fires ticking on a guy if they are bow tanking you. Yamato obviously has a strong bow. It's got a very soft cheek if you can get on a broadside. And if you can get on broadside and get a whole load of torpedoes into him, it's even squishier. But we've got to close some distance. But what we can do is try to play harassing fire. Let the Yamato know that we're out here. The rest of the team who went all the way around Charlie have finally gotten rid of that Minotaur, and they've managed to come through the center of the map. Obviously, we saw the Shima take out the Ruprecht. We are going to start spamming some torps here. It looks like that guy is about to die, but we are within smoke detection penalty range of the Yamato, who has fired his guns, and he is going to take a bit of a battering from the rest of the team, and we are just going to wheel on him with our high explosive while he charges headfirst straight to our torpedoes. Is that a turn coming in? Well, put it this way, that guy is not going to survive much longer. There is a destroyer still out somewhere on the map. I've no idea which one it is, but we pick up our third kill of the game. A little bit of a hat trick there, 120,000 damage. I think we are pretty much, let's say. But the last destroyer is going to get picked up, I think, probably by radar from the Des Moines there. and he's going to get spotted, and he is going to get gunned down, and that is going to be game over for red team. So a bit of a bangers and mash game in that one, a true British meal in a true British destroyer. And I wouldn't say that the Orc is a British commander, but we do get our spot on the top of the board, and I felt very happy to be finishing in that position, having survived the game in my most played ship. And for those of you that are interested, this is my stats. They may not be as great as yours. Somebody did say that they have better stats than me. They've got 5,000 battles. I said, okay, let's compare stats again when you get to 20,000 battles and see how well you're doing then, because it does make a huge difference the more games you play. Don't forget, smash that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're trying to hit 1,500 subscribers, so please tell your friends to come along as well. And don't forget, you can always support through the donation links on the video. There is a PayPal link in the description, and you can also support the channel by taking up a membership. I appreciate everybody that comes past the channel and watches a video. Let me know what you'd like to see me play in the comments of this video, and I'll see what I can throw together for you. Keep an eye out for me on live stream. If you hit that notification bell, you'll find out when I'm going live on or when new content is coming up. And I will be around on Monday for the update. Looking forward to that one to see how the balance changes are going to affect destroyers and torpedoes. So until then, take care of yourselves and goodbye.